Alright, today we're going to do a oil change on a kx450f 2013. We're going to start with the tools you're going to need. You're going to need an oil pan, some type of funnel. Just doesn't matter, you just need a funnel, your favorite oil that you desire, some pair of gloves, and some rags and whatnot. You're going to need an 8mm and a 14mm to remove the drain plugs in the skid plate. First, you're going to want to start with removing the 4 8mm bolts on the bottom. You got one here. Here. Take that one out. Making a mess. These things work pretty handy here. These maximum things. Magnets. Collect by the bolts. Okay, I'm going to take this out. Because this needs to be washed. Some oil on the bottom there. Oil like this. Okay. Clean up the water. Just wash the bike. And yeah. And remind you, you gotta have the engine kind of warm. See, like, it's all cold, but you can feel the bottom end's pretty warm. So first step, you're gonna want to get your oil pan over here. Funnel out of it. Get under here. Oh, it's pretty tight. Make sure you have your oil pan here. Move this back. And you might want to put on some gloves. Just one of them anyways for this step. So oil might get over your hand and whatnot. Always are good. Chemicals and whatnot. Very good for the bike. Okay, so I'm removing this. From your pressure washer, it looks like. Okay. Oh, it's still pretty tight. Okay. There you go. Clean the oil drain plug there off. And then take a look. Pretty dirty oil. That's probably about 4 hours. Got kind of lazy, but there you go. And then while that's draining, I want to come up to the top of the engine here. And, oh yeah, forgot the 8 underneath here. Got the 8. Okay. This is for the engine some. In the front here. Clean that one off as well. Okay, now you can come up to the top of the engine here. And we're going to move these two 8 mils for the oil filter. Okay. Get you nice and close here. Okay, there you go. One. And you don't have to worry about the getting the mix matched, but if you do, it's gonna be not so good for the engine. But sometimes taking this on it's not right. Son of a bitch. Just want to try and pry this, just this little crack here. That's something out pretty good. Okay. Let's get that one off. This one might make a so you want to get glove on for this procedure right here. It's gonna be quite messy. Make sure you have your rags handy. Yeah. That's why I wear gloves. Let that stuff drain out. Okay, keep your hand off there. Yeah, so you just pull that out. Not too bad. Time for a new one. I know you should replace this every oil change, but I'm just gonna let this one dry. And since I don't have a new one, this one's pretty clean. This one's pretty clean. You can tell, pretty clean. But also have to let this dry out a little bit. And don't forget the spring that's in there. That wouldn't be too good if you forgot that. Okay. Okie dokie. So you're just going to want to clean this. Actually, what I like to do is just tilt the bike over a little bit. I got my stand here, but tilt the bike over and you get more oil falling out of the bike. That light's bugged up. Maybe a little bit more. Lean over. Okay, so we'll just let that drain. And we'll be back when it's done draining. Once that stuff's drained, you get a couple of drops, that's alright. But once I get I ordered a new oil filter and the air filter and a bunch of stuff changing and whatnot. So I'll probably come in probably tomorrow or sometime. So I'll probably just do a oil change or something, or just wait a little bit. But once this is all nice and dried out and cleaned out in here, you can give that a wipe. Make sure your spring's in there. Let's get you. There you go. And I just want to let that drain a little bit. Make sure you got oil on the oil seals here. Doesn't matter if it's new or old oil, just as long as it's lubricated, right? So, alright, so as long as it goes in one way, the seal can't go in this way. So like that. Slide her in. Got springs in the back, you can feel it hit. Give it a good push, and when it does that, you know the spring's working. So, get out of it, push that. Okay. Okay. So now I want to replace this bolt on the top here. The bottom one. I'll snug it up. Okay. So, just want to clean up any of the residue that's on there. And should be good for that. Now that you've replaced, if you replace your oil filter, which you should, I'm going to put the bottom bracket in and move my cherry rig stand out of the way for the camera. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of, I need to order a whole new bolt, because this one is bad. As you can see right there, just crushed it. But, like I said, I got lots of stuff coming in the mail, so. Both sides, this is never good. Just get it. Alright, so now you just want to thread this, your big one back in. Doesn't matter which one you do. But, just make sure they're cleaned off before you put them back in the engine, so you don't contaminate your new oil that you put in there. Put this one back. Oh shit, that's not good. That's not good at all. Get the magnet out. Found it. Going fishing. This will never rust. Got a nice fresh coating of oil on there. Oh well. Let's clean it off later. Now she's in use. And then, for something, you just want to tighten this one down. I know they say you should torque all these, but just don't over torque. Just don't over tighten them, and they should be good. You can tell the previous one I tightened this one a lot, since the crush washer is literally crushed. That's what it's for, but not that much. That's why you can see this is leaking a little bit. I'll just snug this one up. Snug. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up what's left. Okay. So now just gonna come up to the top here once your oil is all drained. I'm not gonna put this back on. It's pretty straightforward putting one of these back on. I'm gonna clean that, so we'll leave that off for now. And you can take your gloves off. Alright, now once you've cleaned her up underneath and you get your funnel, bought that Canadian Tire, works pretty useful. It's like a valve, open her up, let the oil flow. Got a nice little hole for that. Make sure she's cleaned out, so it has a cap on it, the lid I mean. And screw your fill cap. Make sure it's not your oil seal isn't worn at all or cracked. That, so it doesn't get dirty. Alright, so I like to use Castrol GTX 10W40 where I live. Works pretty good. Doesn't get too hot here, so I'm not running less than like 1550 or whatever the hell it is. The next one is. But yeah, so these bikes, I think this one takes a liter or 1 quart in a bit, I think. But I just watch it on the light or the sight glass here. We gotta compensate for the oil filter since it's dry and there's not as much oil in there that it should be. So make sure this is closed. And just gonna start filling this up. This looks really good. I'm only going to put 500 at a time. Yeah, I'll put 6. I'll just do 1 quart, but it's about 800 since that's pretty wonky when she gets in there. Just want to stick that in there and do it slowly at the start. You can see the oil starts draining down. And then open it right up. Just hold it in there. It's a pretty slow process because it's not so great, but turn it back on once it's all filled up. Alright, so now that you filled her up to the required ounces and milliliters and whatnots, just gonna put this back on, put your fill cap back on, and once you've done that, take her outside, let her warm up, and then check your oil level again if needed. Add more, and it should be good. There you go. That's how you do a oil change on a kx450f 2013. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks. See you later.